National Guard is about more than serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable, and serving part-time can help you graduate debt-free. Do you want to stay close to friends and family? The Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving part-time in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want. Learn more by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard. Aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
You need a new water heater? Water heaters only. With over 53 years in business, offers low prices, quality same-day service, and 0% deferred interest financing. Visit waterheatersonly.com. That's waterheatersonly.com. Terms and conditions apply.
That's why we offer the best value on fast and on the phone. We want to do more. So, have a 1-month free plan. Get 200 megabits per second internet for $49.99 a month and business phone for $19.99 a month. And right now, you can get 1 month of internet and phone and even TV for free. Call 855-258-5887 and switch to Spectrum Business. Restrictions apply. That's why we have symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth. It was
Estrogen pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
And getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie. The spell is cast. Halloween time is back at the Disneyland Resort. And now, Kfi Am 640 wants to give you a chance to get in on the magic. Happy Hauntings are returning to both Disney California Adventure Park and Disneyland Park. With so much fiendish fun, it's a real scream now through October 31st. Don't miss the celebration. Offering subject to capacity. Restrictions can change without notice. Keep listening for your chance to win tickets on KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk. Makes me wonder what I did, Tyler. Why do you not like me this morning?
This is about what we're going to talk about.
Oh, sure it is.
It is. I apologize in advance.
Mm-hmm. Are there any other songs that have the word shake in them, Tyler? Does it have to be a Taylor Swift song?
It's this one.
Okay, I see how it is. We're going to talk about shaking. Then I'm going to have a talk with Tyler off the air. He knows. He knows he gets to me. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. LA City Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas is pleaded not guilty to 20 counts of public corruption. Ridley Thomas appeared yesterday on video and stood silent as the judge ordered him to sign a $50,000 unsecured bond, $50,000 that is. Ridley Thomas's attorney says his client is a pillar of the community, but prosecutors say Ridley Thomas bartered with millions of taxpayer dollars for his own benefit. And the Dodgers are right there. They're just on the line of elimination in the National League Championship Series. They lost 9-2 to the Braves in Game 4 last night. Game 5 is tonight at Dodger Stadium. Right now, it's your chance to win $1,000.
KFI has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword PAY, P-A-Y, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's PAY to 200-200.
You know the drill. If you win, you get a call from a number you don't recognize. Please answer the phone. Because if you don't, they move on to somebody who will. Your next chance to win comes at 6:20 here on KFI. Right now, let's say good morning to Jason Ballman, Communications Manager for the Southern California Earthquake Center, which helps to coordinate the great Shakeout globally. Jason, good morning.
far as me.
It's so great to be here. Thank you.
Well, thanks for getting up early and being on Wake Up Call. So it's an annual drill that I remember started right as the Great American Shakeout. How did it end up as a global exercise?
That's right. Well, Shakeout occurs each third Thursday of October, and this year that falls on today, October 21st. But it began in California in 2008 as a drill that was supposed to be just for Southern California in response to a big scenario called the Shakeout scenario, a magnitude 7.8 earthquake that starts from the southern San Andreas and sends up to 4 minutes of shaking, 4 minutes of really strong shaking around the entire Southern California region. And all the organizers back then of the drill component here thought this would probably just happen once. And we didn't even know that a lot of people would get that involved. And here we are, more than 10 years later, there's people all over the world having adopted Shakeout in their region, like their own scenarios, and are also practicing drop, cover, and hold on drills and doing so much more. So in a sense, Shakeout is a drill, but it's also this giant earthquake safety movement. And on days like today, third Thursday of every October, we like to think of Shakeout as not just a day of action, but also kind of like a holiday, something to celebrate, celebrating all of our improvements in earthquake preparedness and mitigation.
Absolutely. And I'm going to add to that celebration that, God, we haven't had that 7.8 quake.
Yes, we have come very close. We have come very close. In July of 2019, there were the Ridgecrest earthquake, which we all remember, the morning of July 4th, getting a core shock. At that time, we all probably hoped that that was the main shock. But it was the next day, after July 5th in the evening, when the main shock came and sent even stronger and longer shaking around the Southern California region. That still was nowhere close to that worst-case scenario of the 7.8 along the San Andreas fault. But it does signify that smaller earthquakes can happen, and you have to be prepared to drop, cover, and hold on no matter where you might be, or if you're a person with a mobility disability and has a temporary or chronic, be ready to lock, cover, and hold on, as we say, which means to lock your wheels, cover your head and neck, and hold on until the shaking stops.
Oh, that's great. That's a great addition to that. Now, so today, 10:21, at 10:21 is when the drill actually takes place?
You can participate today at that time, or you can participate any time of the day. You can also hold a drill throughout the entire year at Shakeout. We just encourage everyone to register what they do so that you are counted and listed in your community and the whole state and elsewhere at shakeout.org.
When it comes to the earthquake preparedness kit, when I was putting my notes in last night, I was telling the listeners earlier that I started realizing my earthquake preparedness kit seems really good at one time, but now I just kind of carry it from house to house. It's got a box of like expired MREs in it and water that I probably haven't changed out in 2 years. I bet that people have the best intentions when it comes to putting together an earthquake kit, but we need that reminder every year, and I've always thought that on the Shakeout days, that's the day where at least it's top of mind and we can think to ourselves, oh yeah, where is my kit? Or what do I need to maybe change out in my kit?
Well, we all have to take everything one step at a time. And today is about Shakeout. Today is about doing that drop, press, and hold on drill at least. So maybe this weekend, you go and pick up some extra water. Water is the most important resource you need to have on hand in an emergency, not just earthquake. And you can get 5 gallons when you go to the store over the next few weeks. And after a few months of doing that, you'll have enough water on hand to survive for at least 2 weeks or so after a big earthquake. The water is so important because it's not just there to keep you hydrated, it's there to help you clean and, brush your teeth. It's also there to help you cook in case you need to after a earthquake as well, or other major disaster. And so that's what's really important, is having the water on hand when it comes to your kit. I know a lot of people think that having a kit means I gotta go buy this giant backpack, or this giant duffel bag, or a bucket full of stuff. You can build your own, and if you go to earthquakecountry.org/step 3, step 3 is to organize the fascia supplies, which is going such earthquake safety. If you go to earthquakecountry.org/step 3, you can find everything you need to build your own disaster supplies. And the last and most important thing you can do, action you can take over the next month or two, and maybe you can get started today, is to secure your space. Make sure everything around you stays put, reasonably so, in an earthquake. And start today by just looking around doors and saying, should that big, heavy piece of furniture be right next to the doorway? Or should that really valuable but potentially breakable object be on a lower shelf, or maybe secured with some putty so it doesn't fall over and break during shaking?
That is great advice, Jason. Thank you so much. I hope a lot of people do participate in this today, either at 1021 or at some point. Just viewing that awareness that one time just kind of gets you, puts it top of mind again, which is where it should be because we do live in earthquake country.
That's right, and don't forget to have fun and Shakeout today too. Grab somebody and ask them to do a drop cover and one drill with you.
I love it. All right, Jason, thank you so much, and thanks again for getting up early.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, we come back, we'll talk with, check this out, author Brad Meltzer. Yeah, that Brad Meltzer. The guy who writes everything from political thrillers to comic books. And most recently, we've talked with Brad about his I Am series, all the children's books that highlight heroes and influential people. Well, he's out with his latest in the series, I Am Oprah Winfrey and I Am Pay. So we'll talk with Brad about those in just a second. Nick's checking out your drive again, and let's see, where you heading now, Nick?
Sorry, Jen, it has been a morning, let me tell you.
No, all good.
Not trying to be able to get to those teasers quite on time. As you're making your way through the Riverside Corona area, westbound side of the 91, it is going to be a rough ride right now from well before Tyler, seeing delays almost as far back as Van Buren. Heading westbound on the 91, and you will see those delays continuing as you make your way toward the 241 toll road. Really heavy for your drive. The good news, if there is good news, nothing being reported in lanes. If you're encountering otherwise, though, pound 250 on the southbound keyword KFI traffic. Northbound side of the 5 out of Norwalk and Santa Fe Springs from before the 605, still going into Commerce as we head towards Slauson. Then delays further northbound out of Commerce and East LA off the 710, 5 northbound through Boyle Heights as we make way towards the 101. Back to the 101, it is still slow going for you, although lanes are clear. Northbound 101 coming away from the split with the 170, you'll see delays toward Coldwater Canyon. An earlier problem at Van Nuys Boulevard further northbound on the 101 has been cleared from lanes. KFI in the sky helps get to there faster. I'm Nick O'Keefe.
Oh man, just wait till you get that September electric bill, Gary. It was hot and sunny all month. Kids are doing their schoolwork on the computers. You're using more appliances because you cook so much.
I do cook much. Bottom line is everybody uses more energy, right? But listen, since I switched to SolarMax technology, I can keep cool, I can run the appliances, leave all the computers on, the cell phones charged, everything. Because with SolarMax, my electricity is practically free.
SolarMax is local. They're right here in Southern California. They have the best products and service going.
Took the words right out of my mouth. SolarMax does everything themselves right here in Southern California. Exceptional quality control and no middleman. I save even more with no upfront cost. Plus, they've got the newest, most innovative Tesla products, like the Tesla 420 panels and Powerwall.
Right now, pay $0 down for that Tesla package and $79.96 per month with a 1.99% APR.
Dial pound 250 from your cell and say SolarMax. That's pound 250, keyword SolarMax, by October 31st for this great offer. Monthly payment available on approved credit, CSLB number 97208.
Before I started Rooter Hero Plumbing, I was an angry young man. Hello, I'm John McClan. I was angry because my dad died when I was 17 and he left me alone. I was angry because I couldn't go to college with my friends and because I had to drop out of high school. It's not a pleasant story. But as I grew older, I also grew up. I realized that my dad didn't leave me alone. He left me with values and principles that continue to shape my life. Dad said, be on time. He didn't like it when people were late. He taught me to be polite. It was something I lost, but recaptured along the way. And he taught me to keep my promises, because broken promises lead to broken relationships. We teach and keep these values at Rooter Hero Plumbing. I think we have a pretty good company. I know we have great people. And if one of our heroes fails to live up to these values, please call me. My private number is on the back of every Rooter Hero business card. You can also reach us at rooterhero.com. Thank you.
Mark your calendars. Forever 21 is opening a new store at the Shops at Mission Viejo. Join their grand opening event on Saturday, October 30th. Shop exclusive deals and get a free tote bag. Valid from October 30th while supplies last. Purchases change without notice. See store for details.
The Medicare annual enrollment period Well, it's now here. It's open. And navigating Medicare, that can simply be overwhelming. Why? Because every plan is different. They change every year, and sometimes significantly. And you have a unique situation and budget. You're just different from your neighbor. AGA Medicare Options will compare most of the major plans at once at no cost to you. They'll help you find plans that are accepted by your physician, cover your medications at the lowest out-of-pocket cost, and even if you're already on Medicare, or you're about to go on Medicare, set up a free benefit review from AGA to ensure you're still on the best plan, or will be, and it's absolutely free. Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword My Medicare. That's pound 250 on the cell, say My Medicare, or visit AGAMedicareOptions.com. That's AGAMedicareOptions.com.
That's fantastic.
For real?
All right.
My lucky day.
Good deal. KFI.
I was thinking, oh, it's another scam call, and then I thought, oh no, it must be Kfi.
When you hear the keyword, text it in for your chance to pocket $1,000
Thank you so much.
from KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
Does that remind you of anybody's show? Maybe a little Oprah Winfrey show? KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. No, Oprah's not on with us this morning, but she might as well be. Author Brad Meltzer is here to talk about the latest book in his I Am series. That is I Am Oprah Winfrey. Brad, good morning. Welcome back to Wake Up Call.
So happy to be back.
How you been? I am Oprah. I am Oprah Winfrey. I thought, oh my gosh, this is a great one, and it just further highlights this series that you've got. It's not just about people in the past that kids need to know about and learn about in a fun way, but also people who right now have been so influential in our lives currently.
Yeah, and exactly right. I started these books to give my kids better heroes to look up to. Heroes that could teach them kindness and compassion and character, that thing that just seems lost in the world today. And, you've been so supportive of this series and our mission here. And, we started with Amelia Earhart to teach how to be daring, and Abraham Lincoln to teach your kids how to care about other people. And this is our 25th book in the series. We're doing I Am Oprah Winfrey. And I wanted my kids are anxious right now. We're all anxious. We're in this age of anxiety. And I also wanted my kids to have this lesson about self-love, to accept themselves for who they are, and also see a strong female businesswoman. And when you put those two things together, who else do you get but Oprah Winfrey?
I remember back in the day, my mom saying to me, you could be the next Oprah Winfrey. Like she was somebody who was so groundbreaking. Even somebody like my mom who didn't really maybe necessarily follow that. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, but she saw Oprah as this groundbreaker, as somebody that she'd never seen in her life before.
And listen, we all know Oprah. She's probably in the Ordinary People Change the World book series, in the I Am series, she's arguably the most famous modern person we've ever done, but we never picked her because of her fame. And my mom had the same reaction to her, but what I loved, and the reason I picked her, was who she was and how she got there. And when she was a little girl, we all see these stories of kids on Instagram, teenage girls who just start to hate themselves from what they see on Instagram every day. I found this story that when Oprah Winfrey was a little girl, she hated her look so much. She thought her nose was too wide. She used to sleep with a clothespin on her nose to make her nose smaller. Oh. I need my daughter to see that lesson, that even Oprah went through that. And as Oprah gets older, it continues. It gets worse. The station managers tell her body's the wrong size. She's too overweight. Her hair's the wrong style. Her skin's too dark. And they even tell her she cares too much about people, if you can imagine that. One of my favorite stories is her early reporting. She covers a family whose house burns down in a fire. And she goes the next day to give them blankets to just see they're okay. And the station manager yells at her and says, what are you doing? How come you can't be part of the story? And she's like, the story? What about being a good human being? And I want my daughter to know, and I want my sons to know, that her whole life, Oprah Winfrey is taught that she has a wrong body type, that she cares too much. There is no such thing. The only thing you ever need to be is you. It is the most great and incredible gift you can give yourself. And that is the message of I Am Oprah Winfrey as a kid's book.
When Oprah found out about this, or the Harpo Productions, that you wanted to do this, were they all on board about it? Were they I guess, were they honored to tell the story in a way?
You know, they were so supportive. When we started doing this, we had more people to convince. But when we did I Am Jane Goodall helped us. When we did I Am Billie Jean King spent 2 hours on the phone with me doing corrections of little details. And the Oprah people were so nice, so supportive. They loved it. Oprah even gave us from her childhood personal photos as reference to draw, and even let us use the photos in the book itself. And that was just, the nicest endorsement we could get, because, you know how many people I'm sure would love to do that. But the series, I think at this point, people know it, and they're like, we know you're trying to put good in the world to kids. We're trying to build an army of little do-gooders. And the Harpo people just couldn't be nicer about it.
Oh, that is great to hear. So I Am Oprah Winfrey comes out today?
It's literally out today. You can buy it anywhere. And the thing you'll see in it is that, again, we all know Oprah as this amazing superstar, this icon. And this really goes back to your mom. We know those big interviews that she does with Prince Harry, and we see her with Meghan. And, that's what she used to do once a month. But what she did on a daily basis was she'd bring regular people onto her show, let them talk about their problems, and then millions of people would watch and realize the most important thing that we need in the universe right now. You're not alone. People watch it, I'm not alone, that's just like me. And it's the power, what Oprah's real power is with television, is she gives people hope. And that's all we're trying to do with these kids' books, is give people hope again. Our kids need bright lights right now. And I love the fact that people use our book, whether it's I Am Rosa Parks, or I Am Amelia Earhart, or I Am George Washington, I Am Abraham Lincoln, to build libraries of real heroes for their kids, their grandkids, their nieces, and nephews.
And that's what my nephews have, and that's what, ever since I started talking to you about these books, that I now have the collection of them, and they will have I Am Oprah Winfrey, and they love them. In fact, my 7-year-old nephew, he brought up Amelia Earhart, and I was like, oh, I did something. Brad's book really got into this kid. I love it.
It's working. And the thing that I love when kids react. It's so, I love you for telling that story. And the thing is, your kids are going to get things and that are beyond anything I planned. The one that I watched kids pick out already is so fascinating. There's a little detail in the book. I just put it on the side, but kids are latched onto it. It says, Oprah's the greatest black philanthropist in history. But here's the detail that's loved is, and I love too, is that most of her donations you won't even know about because she gives them anonymously. In this time when people put their names on buildings like that, remember when humility was a great American value? We lost that, and we need it back again. And I love that Oprah stands for that as well.
Hey, what happened with your book, Rosa Parks and MLK, and what did you do about it? They were banned in... So what happened with this?
I love you for asking that. So I get a phone call, I think it was on my Twitter or Facebook or Instagram page. Someone says they banned your books on Rosa Parks and Dr. King. I'm like, that can't be true. And it was true. There was a school board in York County, Pennsylvania that had a list of, had nothing to do with the content of the book, but they had a list of 150 books that were good for talking to kids about diversity issues and race issues. And what they said was, is we want to first vet these books and make sure they're appropriate for kids, which is a good thing. You don't just give kids a bunch of books, 150 books.
Okay.
And here was the fast one they were pulling. That was a year ago. And for a year, they sat on the list purposely. You can read these books in 5 minutes. There's only, 30 pages in them. They're kids' books. And what they were really doing was freezing the list. So the librarians didn't know what to do. Teachers were like, can we use these books or not? And what started as a freeze became a ban after a year. And so all these activists got involved. I got involved with these local community leaders who run the Little Free Library. I went on my social media. You guys were all so nice. Everyone at KFI was so nice to be supportive about it. And retweeted our stuff out, and thousands of books started pouring in. And then I went on Fox News, called me, and CNN called me and said, this is wrong, we got to get these books back. When Fox News and CNN agree, you know you screwed up, right? You know there's a mistake. So I went to the school board meeting. They had the big school board meeting. I spoke and read from I Am Rosa Parks. I read my favorite line from there. It says, I'm not a famous business person. I'm not an acclaimed scientist. I'm just an ordinary person. but I'm proof there's no such thing as an ordinary person. And I finish, and I think, I'm so moved by my own reading, and then the students start speaking. And they are inspiring, and they make me look like I didn't even need to be there. They're talking about, like, these books are so vital for our kids. They look like me. Please bring these books back. By the time they were done, the school board unanimously voted to undo their freeze, to stop banning the books. And democracy was, we got a little bit of a victory that day. But the scary part is it's going to keep happening. It's just going to keep happening because people are afraid, and people are using fears against them to make people think, oh my gosh, people are going to try and indoctrinate your kids. And I just hope everyone out there keeps fighting for those stories to be part of different communities.
Brad, I love this series. Please keep going with us.
I love it, and it will always be that you have been supportive from the start. I can't thank you enough for that.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I thank you for your books because, like I said, in my nephews, they are working. Obviously, they are working with all these other kids who came to that meeting with you. So congratulations to this, and just keep up the great work. I'm loving it.
You're going to love the next ones, too. The next ones are, we're doing I Am Malala, I Am Muhammad Ali. We're doing our first Asian American. We're doing I Am Pei, the great architect. And then, I know you're going to love this one because I know you. We're doing I Am Dolly Parton.
Yes!
And she's been incredible. So I Am Dolly Parton coming next year. You can go to bradmeltzer.com or ordinarypeoplesingtheworld.com. You can see the covers. Wait till you see Chris Eliopoulos, our amazing artist, his rendition of Dolly Parton.
I can't wait! Oh, Brad, this is awesome. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, signing up. Thanks so much.
Bye, thank you. That is Brad Meltzer. Again, today is I Am Oprah Winfrey. How do you just know me? I am Dolly Parton. I wonder if he needs like an assistant when he interviews her. I could be there. I could take notes. I could get coffee. What do you need? All right, let's get back to some of the stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Fox News anchor Neil Cavuto has tested positive for COVID-19. He says he was somewhat stunned at the news because he's vaccinated against COVID. Cavuto has pre-existing health issues, including multiple sclerosis. He says his situation would have been far worse if he had not been vaccinated. Okay. When I heard this story yesterday, I went, oh, damn. You know how has no fury like a woman scorned, right? But this one, this is a good one. Dr. Dre's ex-wife has reportedly served the rapper legal papers at a cemetery in L.A. where he was burying his grandmother. Does that seem a little rough to you? Just a little. TMZ says Dre was so mad he refused to accept the papers, which were dropped on the ground by the process server. So the process server's like, hello, Doctor, Mr. Dre, you've been served. Dre, ah! And the process server says, and drop the papers. I mean, wow. All right, we come back. We're going to talk with Caleb Silver. He's the editor-in-chief of Investopedia.com. The Dow Industrials dropped an all-time high yesterday. Bitcoin also had a new record high. Why are investors feeling so risky lately? And what I really want to know is there any downside to this? Because it looks all nice and rosy on paper, right? But is there a downside? We'll find out when we talk with Caleb in just a second. Right now, let's take a look at your drive on the 91.
As you're making your way through Corona, pretty messy to start things out for your morning drive, westbound side of the 91. Beyond the 15, right around Main Street, you got a couple of cars that got into it. Now, that's blocking the fast track lanes as you're making your way westbound along the 91 past the 15. But definitely an attention getter for you on the main line. That'll be packed in tight for the drive coming away from Tyler out of Riverside and unrelated flows sticking around ahead toward the 241 toll road. Also problems for you going down on the 215 north in Moreno Valley as you make your way into Riverside. Right around Box Springs, getting reports of a crash in the left lane. That's affecting the drive 215 northbound from before Alessandro and the 60 westbound heading from Peacock toward the 215 merge. Got an update on this or anything else going down your drive, pound 250 on the cell phone, keyword KFI traffic. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
Hey, it's Conway here. Know why I got a whole house water filtration system from Purigan Water? Because I don't want to wonder if my family's tap water is safe. No more wasting money on bottled water, no plastic bottles to recycle, and no more visits to the chiropractor's office because you're lifting 5-gallon bottles of water or 40 pounds of salt. No calcium buildup on faucets or shower heads, and that alone is worth it. Purigan extends the life of your water heater. Things on with this clean water. Purigan Water offers free lifetime service. No one else can make that claim. The system takes up a little tiny amount of space. So let's get Purigan, California's preferred whole house water filtration system. And for a limited time, when you buy a whole house system, you get the 6-stage alkaline drink system for free. 844-80-WATER. 844-80-WATER. That's P-U-R, again, water.com. Spelled wrong, but the water's right. 844-80-WATER.
Purigan man, it's your best friend. Makes your water pure. This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings.
The Dodgers trailed the Braves 3-1 in the NLCS for a second consecutive year. Dave Roberts is confident his club can overcome the deficit again.
You never want to have your back against the wall. That's not how you draw it up. But we have a very resilient team, a very tough team, and it's not going to get much stuff in the face in match 3 grand elimination game. But we've done it before.
And the Dodgers fear Justin Turner suffered a grade 2 hamstring strain. Turner will likely miss the remainder of the playoffs. I'm Nikki Jordan.
Download the DraftKings app and use code SPORTS to get a free shot at millions of dollars up for grabs this week with your first deposit.
Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
This report is sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross.
Anthem Blue Cross and Heart of America are helping schools across the country increase their access to healthy food. Learn more at anthem.com/ca/SPART. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. You know, with energy costs rising and temps getting warmer and electric vehicles here to stay, I can't believe how many homes still don't have solar. Now, granted, there's a lot of misinformation out there, so my solar company, Sunlux, asked me to clear some of it up. First, solar doesn't cost you money. It saves you money. A lot of money. Second, it doesn't matter where your panels are made. What matters is who makes them. And finally, you hear about some system out there for $29.95, but that is not what is going to end up on your home. You know, it means something to me that all the partners at Sunlux left top-tier positions at other solar companies. Why? To do solar better. It's why Sunlux is an LG and Tesla Platinum contractor. The best systems, the best battery solutions, the best service, the best warranty, and a solar company who is straight with you from day one. Hey, it's time for solar. Get started today at sunlux.com. That's sunlux.com, sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
Some people treat investing like a game, but Marcus by Goldman Sachs approaches investing in a smart way, with digitally managed portfolios that leverage Goldman Sachs strategies. So, do you want to play games, or do you want your money to work smart? You can buddy. Visit Marcus.com to learn more about saving, borrowing, and investing from Marcus by Goldman Sachs.
Investing involves risk and investments may lose value. Brokerage and investment advisory services by Goldman Sachs and Company, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Lending and deposits products provided by Goldman Sachs Bank USA. Member FDIC. Attorney Joe Cordell.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated, and divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone, but you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's California area attorneys. 1455 Crazy Road, Suite 500, San Diego, California, 92108. CordellCordell.com.
If you own a business and manage to keep 5 or more people on the payroll through the pandemic, there's a new government program that will pay you tens of thousands of dollars per employee. And this is not a loan. This is a grant. The challenge is getting your hands on this money. This is a bureaucracy. InnovationRefunds.com cuts through the red tape, helps you get the cash. They do all of the legwork. They don't charge a penny until you receive the money. And what they do is simply share a percentage of the money they get for you. They got my business a 6-figure refund. Now, their average client gets $250,000. That's impressive. Go to innovationrefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions. Innovationrefunds.com, it's no risk, and it certainly is high reward. Innovationrefunds.com, they help me, I'm sure they can help you. Innovationrefunds.com.
I'm Susan Owen, managing partner at OPO Law. Over 43 years of experience. Over 10,000 personal injury cases with a 98% success rate. If you've been injured, call 888-OPO-WIN for a free consultation.
Portions of the following program will be recorded. I woke up, and then I had a mediation.
Wow, what a shocker. I'm involved in litigation.
The first offer was made 25 cents on the dollar.
And she said, would you like to respond?
And I said, yeah, absolutely. I want you to go back to the defendant. Mr. Handel's response is, and grab your crotch and say, fight me.
Bill Handel, mornings from 6 to 10.
They totally said this.
On KFI.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Welcome to a Thursday. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, and some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Mayor Garcetti says any LA City employee who doesn't get vaccinated against COVID-19 by December 18th should be prepared to lose their job. The LA City Council has yet to approve the extended December 18th deadline for employees having to show proof of vaccination, but Garcetti said yesterday employees have to be vaccinated by that date or they will lose their jobs. And the Dodgers are right on the brink of elimination. I hate to even say that. In the National League Championship Series, they lost 9-2 to the Braves in Game 4 last night. Now Atlanta, they are trailing Atlanta 3-1. Game 5 is set tonight at Dodger Stadium. Right now, let's do your big buzz, and it's this morning brought to you by Equinox Home Financing. The answer for the self-employed, go to equinoxhomefinancing.com. Let's talk about all that. Wow, the Dow, Bitcoin hitting all-time highs yesterday. Caleb Silver, editor-in-chief of Investopedia.com, joins us. Caleb, good morning. So, investors are feeling a little risky.
I like that. They absolutely are. And I think this melt-up in asset prices has been pent up for a while. We know September was a very difficult month. We usually always get to the stock market, but October has been this rally higher, and it's the combination of a lot of things. You have some pretty good economic news despite the rising inflation and the fact that we still have a lot of people out of work, but we do have now the vaccine, potentially boosters coming, the opening of international travelers to the U.S., and also this rally across transportation and travel stocks that shows that folks believe that we're going to be opening up even a little bit more as we continue into the year, and the possibility of some form of new infrastructure bill or spending bill passing that doesn't include tax really putting investor enthusiasm back into the market.
I want to go back to the COVID stuff because that's exactly what I was thinking yesterday. I thought, are the booster shots, was this the big catalyst? Was it the fact that more and more people seem to want to travel? What was it exactly? So I'm glad that you said that the vaccinations did factor in.
Yeah, and I think that every time you've seen the FDA or the panel recommending to the FDA that they should give you the kids or increase the folks who might be able to receive boosters or make them more available, or you can cross-use different vaccines. Vaccine news has been good for the stock market in general because it represents the fact that we could see a further reopening of the economy. Now, we're not out of the woods by any means. We have this scary variant, and now in the UK, the AY 4.2, folks are worried about that. But at the same time, you see it around your neighborhood. I see it here in New York. People are out and learning to live with it, whether they're masking or not. We see that the economies, especially around the restaurant industry, are starting to operate again. People are starting to go